backstretch, side by side, into turn 3 now, still door handle to door handle. Let's see.
Henriksen has the run on the inside coming out of turn 2. Give third place to the number 0, Scott Woodford.
On the shelf. Hold on. NASCAR driver Jeremy Mayfield.
It's a win-win for everybody with these type of cars, and we're not spending a ton of money to race them.
Welcome everybody to the Grand National Super Series presented by Engineering Components Company. We are at Newport Speedway in Newport, Tennessee for the first of 2 twin 50-lap features tonight. I am your announcer, Joshua Weatherman, and it is a pleasure to be here at what once was considered to be a lost racetrack. It is roaring back to life. We'll take a look at our starting lineup here on row 1. Jamie Mosley, the number 11, coming out of retirement to run the Grand National Super Series. Next to him, a winner at Carteret County last year. That's the 18, Chris Burns. Row 2, newcomer Cody Brusso, outlaw sportsman competitor from Alabama and Florida. And then, of course, our defending champion, the number 19, Jeremy Mayfield. Row 3, our fastest qualifier, but after the invert, we'll start 5th. It's A.J. Henriksen, the new number 46 ECC Motorsports machine. And starting alongside is the 75 of Bob Shack, still looking for that first career GNSS win. Next up, in the number 42 is Bobby East from Mopar Mafia Motorsports. And, of course, one of the most upcoming and most revered stories of the year, the number 427 Mitchell Stapleton of the Stapleton 42 YouTube channel. Row 5, a late entry to the race, Ed Surratt in the number 11S, a longtime fan favorite here in the Tennessee region. And alongside him, the number 62, it's Super Dave Hutchinson. And rounding out the field, newcomer Paul Ebersbacher, all the way out from California in the number 02, and Isaiah Hogan in the number 54 car. What an absolutely stacked lineup we have here tonight for our first of 2 twin 50-lap features here at Newport Speedway. We were plagued with rain. We were plagued with everything, it seems, at the beginning of the season. But finally, we are here on track, ready to rumble at Newport Speedway. And this track, it is no joke at all. Look at that banking. A lot of people compare this to Bristol, like a mini Bristol. We've heard comparisons to New Smyrna, Rockford, all kinds of places that this place gets compared to, but it is unlike any other, that's for sure. We talked about A.J. Henriksen coming back from injury. He was the fastest qualifier, but after the invert, he will start 5th. Very fast, like he never even got hurt, but hasn't been the victory lane since Caraway of last year. Can he break that winless drought tonight? There are just so many storylines heading into the 2025 season. We talked about there's that number 427 Mitchell Stapleton of the Stapleton 42 YouTube channel. If you're a NASCAR historian and love racing, you've probably stumbled upon one of his videos. It's been a lifelong dream of his to go racing, and here he is in the Grand National Super Series in that beautiful Pennzoil number 427. You'll see a bunch of videos on his YouTube channel about his forays here into the Grand National Super Series as he plans to run the full season with us. His goal for today, though, just blend in line and learn. Don't try to get into any trouble, and most of all, keep that car clean. There's our defending champion, the red number 19 of Jeremy Mayfield, back with a brand new team. D2 Motorsports owner Donnie Doster starting alongside his teammate Cody Brusso. We are doubled up and ready to go here at Newport Speedway. We will have the lights out in one lap away from the green flags on the 2025 Grand National Super Series presented by ECC Season. Jamie Mosley on the pole looking for his first career GNSS win. Beside him, Chris Burns, Cody Brusso, Jeremy Mayfield, A.J. Henriksen rounds out the top 5. Out of turn number 4 we come. We are green at Newport Speedway. Jamie Mosley gets the early jump into turn number 1. Can he clear? He cannot. Here comes Chris Burns on the outside. Chris Burns has to check up, but they are side by side coming out of 4. Who's going to lead the first lap? It's Burns at the line. Chris Burns from the outside. We're 2 by 2. Put him under a blanket. Chris Burns takes the lead as now Mosley will have to try to hold off the defending champion Mayfield. Mayfield a thorn in Mosley's side as Chris Burns is wanting them to race as hard as they can so he can get away with this lead. Jeremy looks like, can he take that position as we go to the speed shot? Just look how fast these cars are here at Newport. Here comes Jeremy, he's disposed of Mosley. Mosley kicked back to 4th now as A.J. Hendrickson making moves already up to 3rd place. Here comes Jeremy Mayfield with a big move to the inside of Burns. Mayfield's gonna clear easily in that brand new D2 Motorsports number 19, and he's bringing along A.J. Hendrickson with him. A.J. Hendrickson stalking down the leader, Jeremy Mayfield in the number 19. As the field rumbles by. You see how loose they can get here off of turn number 4. This is a very tricky racetrack, a very old surface. Heard a lot of people during practice talking about how slick the surface was, and these guys definitely have a handful. As now Chris Burns going to try to conjure up some of that early race mojo he had, falling all the way back to 3rd. And Mosley also starting from the pole, gonna have some work to do here as he's stuck mired in the middle of the field. Cody Brusso right on his rear end alongside Bob Shack. Speaking of Cody Brusso, we got a chance to talk to her yesterday about some of the challenges of coming to the Grand National Super Series and what her background is in racing as a whole.
Jeremy came and raced one of my buddy's cars at the Snowball, an Outlaw car, and I had to spot for him his first test session. And so I pretty much bullied him the whole time he was on the racetrack on the radio because he really wasn't picking it up to speed like I like him to. And we kind of hit it off from there, and we stayed in touch. And when they had this other opportunity open up for another seat, he called me. He said, "Hey, you want to go racing?" I said, "Why not? Absolutely." So now we're here. Really right now it's just we're having fun. This is probably the most fun I've had in a race car in a minute. I'm pretty much slated for the whole season as of now, unless I get fired after this weekend, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we're just going to take it race by race and try to go win some races for D2 and give pretty much Jeremy a run for his money and kind of aggravate him a little bit. Just have some fun, but we're slated for the whole season with you guys, and I'm sure we'll pop up at New Smyrna and South Alabama Speedway, Five Flags, Mobile, and places like that back home. So this is the first time I've seen this place. People here have been great so far as track staff, and the track's definitely different. It's like, to me, it feels like a little bitty New Smyrna. It's just everything's kind of smashed together. It's pretty fast for what it is, and I want to outrun everybody every time I get in the racetrack. I'd run over my mom to win a race, and not that I want to run over anybody, right? But Jeremy's my buddy. I don't look at him as anything different. I think it's awesome of what he's done with his career and just the races that he's won and everything he's been able to do. But at the end of the day, we're just buddies, and we got helmets on and we're racing.
You saw down at the bottom right as you were listening to Cody Brusso, absolute madness here at Newport Speedway. Jeremy Mayfield having a problem with some lap traffic and then allows A.J. Hendrickson to take the lead. Jeremy Mayfield not going to go down without a fight, though, as he stays right in Hendrickson's mirror. Hendrickson again trying to break that drought. Now, to other drivers, a win in June 2024, not winning since then, would be disappointing, but understandable. But for A.J. Hendrickson, it's a lifetime. It's an eternity. With the winning 2 championships here in the Grand National Super Series, the all-time wins leader, he is itching and hungry to go back to victory lane. And could this race be the race that he gets it done? Jeremy Mayfield certainly hopes not. Mayfield right on his back bumper. You see he washes up high out of turn 4. That allows Hendrickson to get some breathing room, but Mayfield still not going down. They're going to come up on some lap traffic yet again. It's going to be a tale of who can get through it the best. That's the 0-2 of Paul Ebersbacher. Ebersbacher just trying to get his feet under him. This is his Grand National Super Series debut. And there is the lap 20 competition caution. Man, I'm out of breath. Those 20 laps were absolutely amazing. All of that time we waited at the beginning of the season was well worth it for that. That was some absolutely outstanding racing. A.J. Hendrickson still your leader, leading Jeremy Mayfield. That was a great break for Paul Ebersbacher. He was just about to get lapped for the second time, so he'll stay one lap down. As we also got a chance today to talk to Chuck Ward, the owner of Newport Speedway, of why he bought the racetrack and what they want to do with it in the future.
I think the first time I visited up here, I just kind of fell in love with the place. It's a beautiful place and a beautiful setting of East Tennessee. And I felt like there was a lot of potential here. I didn't feel like the racetrack had ever been fixed the way that I might fix it. So we decided to take the challenge and the plunge, and here we are almost 2 years later. Just super gratifying. Kind of brought a tear to my eye. You know, you don't ever know what's going to happen, how many people are going to show up, but I think the community really rallied around us and let us know that they were glad that the racetrack was back. Just to continue to have some great series like you guys, the ASA cars are coming, like you said, some concerts. We want to really make it a community racetrack. We want to have some car shows here, possibly a monster truck show. We're going to do the Popcorn Sutton moonshine thing here next year. They're going to be at the fairgrounds this year, but next year they're going to come over here. We talked to a lady this morning about doing a music festival here, so we're wide open to what we can do here. There's a lot of property, a lot of parking. Obviously, as you can tell in the infill of the racetrack, you know, we put a stage down there where a lot of people can stand and watch music or whatever they want to choose to do that weekend. I think first and foremost is to see how much different it looks. You know, we've got pictures upstairs of the befores and afters, and it's just amazing. Like I said, I don't think the track's ever been in this kind of shape. And we've just, you know, the community has really embraced us. We've had a couple contractors that's helped us. Ed Surratt's been great to bring his talents and his equipment and his time and never charges a penny. And then we've had a local guy, Junior Hummel, that's provided the rock and the concrete and the pavement at very much discounted prices, what we needed. And, you know, just if you've never been here, you'd be mind-boggled. And if you have been here, you'd really be mind-blown.
An absolutely beautiful facility indeed. Thank you to Chuck Ward for taking the time out of his busy day to catch up with us. What his crew and he has done at this track is nothing short of breathtaking. If you saw pictures of this track beforehand, you know just how rough of shape it is. Now, absolutely beautiful, located in a beautiful spot in the country here in Newport, Tennessee. As we're back doubled up already after that competition caution, it's A.J. Hendrickson, Jeremy Mayfield on the front row. Who's going to get the jump at the line? Almost a dead heat between Hendrickson and Mayfield. Hendrickson with the advantage off of turn number 2. Mayfield trying to give him a fight on the outside. He stays stuck to the top line, but Hendrickson still has the run on the bottom. And there's a wreck. Jamie Mosley in the number 11 goes around in turn number 2. Not what he wanted for his Grand National Super Series debut. Not completely sure if he got any of the inside wall, as the caution will fly. We saw the racing was rough and tumble in the middle of the field, and most of the time, things like this will happen. And sadly enough, it happened to Jamie Mosley. Not what he wanted on his first start. Although this happened to Jamie, we did get a chance to catch up with him yesterday as well to talk about his sponsor, Jailbreaker Potato Chips, and why he chose the Grand National Super Series to come out of retirement to.
The Grand National Super Series, we've been kind of taking a look at the last 2 or 3 years. We've seen the momentum, the car count go up, and the interest in the series. And with our sponsor, Jailbreaker Potato Chips, we felt like it would be a good place to showcase that product, and here we are. So Jailbreaker Potato Chips is kind of a very unique style of new potato chip. It's, you know, typically flavor is flavor, whether that's sour cream and onion, whether that's barbecue. This is a chip that we compounded the seasoning on. So it starts out with a little bit of sweet, then it kind of turns tangy, and then you get a little bit of heat on the very end. So we tried to make something very unique, take you right up to the edge of flavor without going over. You know, I mean, we expect to compete. Obviously, I've never been to any of these racetracks that we're going to before, so we certainly have got some ground to make up. But hopefully after this weekend we can kind of know where we stack up and work to just keep getting better all year long. But you know, we're here, and you know, anything less than the top 3 would be disappointing to us. Well, you know, this is the good thing about this series. I think that all of us have quite a bit of experience. AJ and Bob and I, we all raced in the ARCA series, you know, prior to me moving to NASCAR, and we've got everything in perspective. We understand the size of the purse we're running on. We understand that, you know, our better days are probably behind us, and we're not trying to press somebody to get a NASCAR ride. So that's one of the things that I like about this series, is I think that you've got some good experience, and everybody understands that we're here to have a good time and try to keep everybody's stuff in good shape.
And we're back underway already. AJ Hendrickson and Jeremy Mayfield once again, same song and dance coming out of turn number 2. Hendrickson with the advantage. Jeremy, though, wanting to give that new team of his a brand new trophy to put on the mantle. Jeremy Mayfield on the outside. It's a dead heat coming out of turn 4. Mayfield will lead at that time at the line, but Hendrickson still fighting back on the bottom in that ECC Motorsports machine. And he clears him. It's a brand new number, brand new luck maybe for AJ Hendrickson. Can he take that machine to victory lane as he'll clear the defending champion Jeremy Mayfield? Jeremy, though, still looking back on the inside. It seems that Jeremy's car is good on both the bottom and the top, as Hendrickson now is going to try the top lane out. Mayfield scouring, seeing if there's anything he can do to get around the AJ Hendrickson machine. Going to the top that time, trying anything, and he gets a little loose that time off of turn number 2. Now remember, you do not want to abuse the tires too much in this first Twin 50, because these tires are the same ones you're going to have on for the second Twin 50. As we look back further in the pack, Jamie Mosley already making his way up through the pack after he spun. Trying to make a move on Chris Burns, Bob Shack right in his shadow. And now they make contact, Bob Shack. You heard it earlier. They're friends. This is one of the reasons why Mosley came to race in the Grand National Super Series, but he's not giving him an inch right now. Mosley able to pull away from the 75, though. And back there, Mitchell Stapleton gaining valuable seat time. Bob Shack, what a run going into turn 1 for Bob. Not going to be able to make it work. This is a great battle between friends. Mosley a little loose off of turn number 2 there as we go back to the lead. The battle for the lead will not quit. Hendrickson trying his hardest to keep the lead, but Jeremy Mayfield like a thorn in Hendrickson's side that he can't pick out. You see there, they've already encountered lap traffic once. Seems that may be Hendrickson's hindrance. Every time he gets the lap traffic, Mayfield's able to close right up to his back rear. But once he gets clean air and clean track, Hendrickson is just on rails. As there's newcomer Cody Brusso making her way around the number 62 of Dave Hutchinson. You heard Cody in her feature earlier. Looks like she's going to do the full season for D2 Motorsports as well. Teammate to Jeremy Mayfield. It's going to be interesting to see how she develops here in the Grand National Super Series from her outlaw sportsman background. Right now, it seems like she's picking it up pretty well, running third here at Newport. And here's a tight battle. Jamie Mosley, that spin is not stopping him whatsoever. He's right on the back bumper of Chris Burns in the number 18. Chris Burns looking to have a good year with us this year as well. Picked up that big win at Carteret County at the end of last year as they work their way around the 62 as well. Hutchinson doing a great job letting these guys go by, getting out of the way, not wanting to interfere in their race. Hutchinson's another driver that we hope to see in every Grand National Super Series race this year as the battle rages for the number 19 and the number 11. Mosley again sticking his right front underneath Burns. You see, this track has multiple options, but it is hard to pass here. Jamie Mosley's almost to the door of Burns, not going to be able to make it work that time. He tries to stay with him out of turn 2. There's no question that that number 11 Jailbreaker potato chip machine has speed. He told us he wanted to compete, and he sure is doing that right now. As Bob Shack also, again, right in his rear mirror, seeing if he can't follow through on Mosley's battle here, get rid of Chris Burns for good. Chris, though, hanging tough on the outside lane. Can he get in between Mosley and Shack? He will. Now Shack will have to battle number 19, Chris Burns. Bob Shack to the inside. We know how much Bob wants to win in this series. He's told us plenty and plenty of times. And you can tell just by how hard he's driving underneath Chris Burns. And there's Jeremy Mayfield. Not even on the same straightaway as A.J. Hendrickson anymore. A.J. Hendrickson putting on an absolutely dominant performance here at Newport Speedway. We talked about his injury, his recovery, how he was going to miss some of the season if we had gotten started when we were supposed to. But all of these rainouts and cancellations has made it possible for A.J. Hendrickson to come and race with us here at the season opener. So this is very valuable for his championship scenario. Still has to work around this lap traffic. Mitchell Stapleton going a little bit wide there. Again, though, he's still learning. And this is the best way to learn right here, side by side with other drivers. Now coming up, here comes A.J. Hendrickson. And Hendrickson is going to take the win. His first win since June 2024 at Caraway Speedway. He breaks the drought. ECC Motorsports and A.J. Hendrickson at Newport.
it's fast, and we've got to do that consistently. I'm still searching, to be honest with you. I think we have honest.
Cody Brusso coming home third in her first ever Grand National Super Series start. I'd say that wasn't a bad run for your first time here.
Yeah, third's not bad, but that's where we qualified, so you always want to progress off that, right? Super thankful for D2 Motorsports, Donnie Doster, Jeremy Mayfield, everybody that helps on this car, USG, J4 Trust, Velocity Trucks, and Parks and Long Construction, my mom and my dad, for everybody being here. We're going to work on it and we're going to get it better for the next race. So not bad. It's the first race I've ever had in this car, so I'm not totally disappointed, but we got to get it better for sure.
That's Cody Brusso finishing third in the first twin 50-lapper. We'll come over here to Jeremy Mayfield. Jeremy, second place. You had a good run there on AJ. What more did you need to capture the victory?
Well, my car, I'm not sure the last 5 laps, it just slowed down. I don't know what happened to it, but I was just loose. You know, I haven't been really that good on this set of tires for some reason, qualifying and everything, and AJ got better, you know, and we just didn't get any better. So, but we're okay. I mean, we're going back and work on it. I hope nothing's wrong with it because it did lose a little power there, but we'll see what happens.
You think you got what it takes to win the second one?
I don't know. AJ run good, you know, but we'll have to go and see and try to get our car better. But I think we got the car to do it. We just got to get the best out of it, you know.
Thank you, Jeremy. And now let's head over to our winner of the first twin 50-lapper. Going to get his picture taken by the track photographer.
We kept running hard, trying to catch him. We couldn't do it, and we're going to make some changes on it here.
AJ, it's been since June 2024 at Caraway Speedway since you got your victory lane picture taken. How does it feel to finally make it back to GNSS victory lane?
It feels amazing. This racetrack's awesome. I hope we come back here for sure. It's a very cool racetrack. Still learning it, obviously, but we're all learning. Just feels good. Great car. You know, Bob and Matt and the guys, Isaiah, they did a great job making this car drive good, and looking forward to the second one.
Did you use it all up, or do you think you'll be able to sweep it here tonight at Newport?
It might be tough. I used up a little bit more than I wanted to get away from Jeremy a little bit there, but I hope he was using his as much as I was using mine, and then we should be okay.
That's A.J. Henriksen, his first victory since Caraway last year. Hey, we're not done here tonight at Newport Speedway. We'll be back here soon for our second twin 50-lapper. What's going to happen? Jeremy Mayfield's got a great car. A.J. Henriksen's got a great car. Cody Brusso, you saw the battle between Chris Burns and Bob Shack. That's not over by a long shot. We'll see you soon again here at Newport Speedway.
How is it compared back home?